my impressions of Kirby The Forgotten Land demo. So I'll just where are we up to? So we're here. So
This looks pretty.
Kirby was, on my list, top 5 list of anticipated gaming related things for 2022. And if you actually look through it, and my number 1 is the Mario movie. Super keen to see that. I'm interested in it. Number 2 is the Steam Deck from memory, which doesn't seem like it's going to come out in Australia this year, which is a huge bummer. But number 3 is Kirby. So Kirby is actually my number 1 video game anticipated of this year. So the demo came out. I didn't know the demo was coming out, but I'm like, okay, I'll check that out for the show. So from a graphics perspective, this is the best that Kirby's looked. I've played a few entries in the series, my favorite being Planet Robobot. And this is just like, they're actually have heavily invested. It looks gorgeous. You can see it on the B-roll if you're checking out the video clip. And check out like gameplay on YouTube. It looks awesome. It sounds awesome. And one thing I really do want to shout out is the character design in this game is amazing. So I won't spoil the first boss, but the first boss is just like, it looks so awesome. The moves, it actually was just like, wow, they've actually spent a hell of a lot of time in this game, like making it just look, so perfect within the sort of Kirby universe. So like with that all said, I went through the whole demo, played it on the quote unquote harder version, and I absolutely hated this experience.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so I went from like, I was going to just pre-order this game. Like, just pre-order it, okay, whatever, and it comes. And playing this demo, I'm like, there's no chance I'll play this game. And
Dude, you should send an email. That's weird. Wow. You got to send an email to M. Night Shyamalan because that is just the biggest plot twist I've seen in recent memory.
And look, like, I'll defend everything I said. Like, the character design's awesome. You can see on screen the graphics are awesome. For like the fact that it's running on an Android phone converted into a gaming console, it looks freaking cool. It looks really, really gorgeous. But like, I know Kirby games are easy, but this is like outrageously easy. And it's a strange thing, but I don't know why I thought this. And I'd probably shout out to you, Swinny, but I kind of thought it was like more going to be like an open world-ish. Like,
so it's funny. I've seen that comment before.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I'm not saying it's one of the things where you look at all the footage and I think the first trailer they showed looks like that, but then everything else they've showed to me looks like what it is.
Yeah,
so
fair.
it's like,
and maybe that's partly my fault and their fault,
but I think if that's if that first trailer probably left the biggest impression on people originally, so I think that's probably why there's that people might think that.
So it's not like Mario Odyssey kind of thing. You mean
not
less
at all?
Open?
Not at all. Right? So the reference point for this game to me is Mario 3D World, right? So very like linear, structured, very much like Super Mario 3, but like turned into a 3D platformer. And like, it wasn't my impression from the clips, and I don't like to overwatch the clips because it's sort of like, I want to be surprised when I play it, right? And I was surprised by this game, but not in a positive way. But so I'm playing through it and I'm like, this is so like, and I'm a big defender of linear games. Like, I've said this many times. I feel like people just almost like take the word linear as it's bad. Like, a linear game is a bad game. But this game is so boxed in, and the guardrails are so tight of what you can do. There's like almost no optionality in the level design. And I played all of the first 3 levels and got everything, all the hidden secrets and all that stuff. It's not that hidden. And it's just like, it's claustrophobic, this game. And I get like, primarily this game is for kids, right? But to me, and we'll touch on like games that are too hard and games that are too easy. I'm sure it's going to come up in Elden Ring discussion, but like, this game is just way too easy for like, I can't see myself, like, I just can't see an adult, like, I shouldn't say this, but like, I just don't know, like, I can't enjoy this game. It's just ridiculously easy. It's no challenge at all. And one thing is like, even with relatively easy games, you feel like you have hurdles that you overcome, and they're just like easy hurdles. But this is just like, there's nowhere else you can go. Like, everything is just so patently obvious of what you need to do. And I know that like maybe there's like a bit of a curve, so maybe later it becomes more difficult. But from everything I've seen, it definitely doesn't seem like that. And like, just going into like the game feel, as soon as I started playing it, I tried to move the camera and I'm like, oh shit, there's like no camera. Like the camera is like, it's like a literal camera from like Mario 64, where if you move the camera, the right analog stick to the left, the camera will move to the left, right? So it's like the opposite of all your instincts. And it's only like 10 degrees or 15 degrees. Like it's no free range movement. And I don't really know why. Like I went through the settings. I'm like, why can't I just move the camera around? And I think it's just because it's so structured and it's so like, you know, like it's all sequenced. Like they kind of know where the camera's going to go. And that's where it's like very much like Mario 3D World. But my biggest call out is Mario 3D World had a lot of, you know, optionality in the level. You could go off to harder parts. You could go straight through to the end. Like it felt more dynamic about what you're doing. And yeah, I was just like super disappointed with this game. Like I'm so glad I played the demo because like quite literally I was just going to pre-order it. And then now it's like, I won't. And you know what? It's kind of like the pro and con of doing a demo. Like I looked at the demo going, well, this shows how like confident they are in the game. That the demo's out already and the game's coming out in like 3 weeks. But, and like maybe it's my fault, but I guess the game is just so targeted at kids. Like for that, like it makes perfect sense. Like I actually think this is an awesome game. And the benefit of it having a demo means that I would definitely recommend this to people who like have kids who are like 5, 6 years old, who are into gaming. And it's like, okay, try the demo. If they click with it, I think it's an instant buy, right? But yeah, just for me, like it went from like, yeah, I'm super looking forward to this to being like, nope, I'm definitely not playing.
That's a shame.
Also, was it around the time that you'd also started playing Elden Ring? I'm just thinking the change between the two.
No, but like it's got nothing to do with that. Like if anything, like I was kind of going, oh, this is cool because like Elden Ring is like not as bad as like I don't want to go too much into it. But
you were in Elden Ring mode. Let's just admit it.
No. It was more like this was going to be the, you know, the spritzer. It's like, oh, this is going to cleanse the palate. It's going to be chilled. Like I was looking for that experience, right? But it definitely wasn't. It was like, oh my God, it's just too restrictive, this game. And I still feel like they could have made it a little bit more free. Like even if you're looking at the B-roll footage, it's inviting you to kind of explore the world, but then it's just so on rails that you just can't. And there's, like I said, the biggest thing that annoyed me about it is it's kind of so obvious what you need to do in this game. And it kind of go back to the thing. It's really made for kids. And not saying like people who are older than that can't enjoy it, but it's just like, yeah, there's no challenge here. So
I mean, the original Kirby games, you could just fly over 90% of the levels anyway. So
yeah, but it's interesting. From the start of playing Planet Robobot, like I enjoyed it. Like I didn't beat that game, but I played most of that game, and I was like enjoying it. Like it's that again is not a hard game, but there's kind of dimensionality to that game. Like there's secrets to actually find, and they're not super simple to find from the start. Whereas this game, like from the start, it's so straightforward where you got to go and the secrets and all this other kind of stuff. So
that was a cool secret.
That was a cool secret. I was going to say that.
What are you talking about?
I'm happy for you guys to buy this game.
What the hell, man?
You guys can buy this game and go for it.
Well, tell you what, I feel like watching this game, this is 100% right up my alley, right up the alley of my girlfriend. She.
Can I just say, that may be one of the most poorly worded sentences in the history of the English language. Like, the show's obviously going to be called Girlfriend Alley.
So what I'm trying to say is that she liked Mario Odyssey, but then there were certain parts that I think were a little too obscure for her.
Maybe, yeah.
She wanted some more linearity to that extent, whereby I think this might actually be exactly what she's into. So,
and like,
I'm gonna see. I'll get to play the demo.
Exactly, that's the great thing about the demo. And like I was saying before, all the character designs, the art, it's amazing. Like I think it's unreal. It's just a bit of a shame. Like I wish that like there was an ability to make it a bit harder and a bit more expansive. And I think it could serve both audiences pretty well. Because there's no reason why, you know, like kids or anything like that won't, you know, like veer off the normal path, like for the optional stuff. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo do patch in a more challenging mode eventually. It just feels like they're doing
it though. That's the thing. Like,
but I think I just feel like they did something with Dread like that, and I know it's a different audience,
Yeah.
but I just feel like they might do it for this one.
the dread mode is like harder than like Dark Souls. Like one hit and you're dead. Like, have you seen? I don't know if you saw that, Mike.
I haven't.
But that mode is like it's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, that's my impressions of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I will not be buying it. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Let's move on to the next impressions.